How does one define loss? I'll tell you. According to the dictionary, it's a fact or process of losing something or someone. The process or fact. Loss is something that you can either control or not. It's always between us. One good example of this, of loss, that I truly believe is one of the best things about loss, is Super Paper Mario. I know that a lot of people don't really like this game particularly because of the side-scrolling more than the RPG aspect of it. But I do generally believe that Super Paper Mario has one of the best love stories I've ever seen in my life. And I'm not exaggerating, and I mean that literally. I wanted to do this video, I wanted to talk about how Super Paper Mario does good with loss, because I do generally believe that. So before I begin, I wanted to talk more about their backstory more than anything. Blumir and Tiffany's love story is usually explained either after each chapter of Super Paper Mario. After each chapter, you get a little bit of a cut or a transition where you get some kind of story. You don't really know what it is at first. During chapter 1, you don't really know what's going on. But like once you get to the later chapters, you kind of realize what's going on. You start to see very on about how the relationship builds between each other. At first point, that Blumir didn't really care about Tiffany that much, but when you start to realize it, Blumir started to love Tiffany even more. Every time Blumir wanted to come visit Tiffany, he was happy. He wanted to be with her for the rest of her life. It got to the point where both families of them don't really want them to be each other anymore, especially Blumir's father. Blumir's father banished Tiffany to the land and never be seen again. It got to the point where Blumir actually wanted to take the Book of Pronosticus and actually destroy all worlds. That was his response to actually happening. You see, right there, the loss. That's what happens. You start to feel emotions after when loss happens. People think about this all the time when, after usually a tragic event happens, you don't really know how to say, what words to say, or anything at all. You don't really know what to do besides anything at all. It got to the point where he just basically wanted to destroy every single thing because the love of his life is gone. That was the response. That's what loss is. Loss is something that, I said before, you can't control, and no one can control either. And like is death too. Death is something that you can't control. If someone dies, they die. And if someone dies, they will stay dead for the rest of their lives. You won't be able to see them again. That's why this is heartbreaking, because Blumir can't see the love of his life anymore. That's why he took the book. We realized that at that point that the entire reason why he's doing this is because he lost the love of his life and everything that he'd built up to just because he wanted to see her again. I find that to be truly breathtaking to me. There is one thing that I will be saying after this. After the Count Bleck fight, he says this. You can see it in his eyes. He's doesn't know what to do. He's lost. He doesn't know how to react. He wants to die, and he wants everything to be in his favor. He wanted the love of his life to be safe, and he wanted to meet her again. And after all of that time, he didn't really have a choice. He just wanted to end the world because of his love of his life is gone. Fuck. After you defeat Dementio, you still have a little bit of a talk with Bluemere and Tiffany. And after that, they get married. And they will spend the rest of their lives together. Wow. Truly breathtaking. After the end of the game, it's over. The Dark Pronosticus is over, and all of the Void is gone. But there is one thing I want to do before I leave this video. There is a little bit of a thing that happens at the end that truly left me in awe when I finished the game for the first time. At the end, Bluemere and Tiffany are finally back together. After I saw this for the first time, I was crying my eyes out. Super Paper Mario is one of the best video games I've ever played, and nothing will ever change that. Thanks for watching.